Welcome to the BOM Mini-Series Biology of Meaning. Video 25, Part 2. If the body speaks, the question isn't how to silence it, but how to listen to it. Suffering isn't just individual, it's structural. We live in systems that demand constant productivity, ignore biological rhythms, generate precariousness, and normalize exhaustion. People aren't sick for no reason. Our communities are living in conditions that make us sick. This is political, labor policies, healthcare systems, and social organization directly impact the body, invading my territory without permission, without consultation. Psychosomatics doesn't mean everything is mental. It means everything is connected. The body expresses, regulates, and compensates. What isn't processed becomes somatized. But FARO adds, the social, the cultural, and the political also become somatized. FARO therapy is not suggestion, positive thinking, or emotional simplification. It's a profound process of 1. Reading the symptom. What is the body saying? 2. Biographical reconstruction. What experiences are involved? 3. Systemic analysis. What context sustains the problem? 4. Emotional and energetic regulation. 5. Recovery of meaning. It's not about curing quickly. It's about deep understanding. The FARO nurse goes beyond traditional clinical practice. She integrates traditional Chinese medicine with its various disciplines, including energetic observation, fatigue, heat, cold, blockages, regulation of rest and biological rhythms, recommendations on energetic nutrition, and conscious breathing, key. Her objective is to restore the flow of energy, not just treat the symptoms. She incorporates mind-body regulation, deep breathing exercises, guided relaxation, body awareness, sensory interventions, music therapy for emotional regulation, the use of sound and rhythm to reduce activation, therapeutic qigong, humanized care, genuine active listening, emotional validation, and therapeutic presence. The FARO nurse is a bridge between clinical practice, energy, and humanity. Coach FARO. Therapeutic writing. Daily emotional journal. Putting the unspoken into words. The narrative reconstruction of the story, with its reinterpretation, transforms the unconscious into the conscious. Bodywork, inspired by psychosomatics and bioenergetics. Releasing bodily tension. Recognizing where the conflict resides. Release exercises like Alexander Lowen's approach. Incorporating qigong or therapeutic yoga. The body stops accumulating the unexpressed. Symptom reading, BDS, inspired by Gerdheimer. Identifying the lived conflict. Understanding its biological meaning. Deactivating the internal experience. The symptom ceases to be the enemy. Consciousness, Jung. Identifying the shadow. Recognizing the repressed. Integrating the conflict. The symptom is not eliminated. One evolves through it. Spiritual dimension. Taoist meditation, presence, silence, breath, reconnection. Mantras or conscious repetition, connection with the meaning of life. Not religion. It is a search for existential coherence. Systemic level. FARO does not blame the individual. It works on dehumanizing working conditions, lack of a support network, social and cultural pressure, and the organization of time and life, because healing is impossible if one returns to the same context that causes illness. FARO therapy works with concrete actions on each dimension of the person. 1. Body. What hurts? What is done? Observe symptoms, pain, fatigue, tension. Record sleep, rest, and nutrition. Practice breathing and relaxation exercises. Objective. To reduce physical overload and begin to listen to the body. 2. Energy, how vitality is. What is done? Identify exhaustion or blockages. Regulate rhythms, rest, breaks, activity. Practice breathing exercises inspired by traditional Chinese medicine. Objective. To recover energy so that the body stops collapsing. 3. Emotion, what was not said. What is done? Identify repressed emotions, fear, anger, sadness. Validate them, do not deny them. Allow its expression, speaking, writing. Objective, that the body does not have to express what the person keeps silent. 4. Mind, what is believed. What is done? Detect harmful beliefs, I have to be able to. I can't fail. Question them. Build more realistic thoughts. Objective. Reduce the self-imposed demands that cause illness. 5. History. What marked the experience? What is done? Review significant past experiences. Identify unresolved conflicts. Give them meaning, don't deny them. Objective. To understand why the body responds this way. 6. System. How the person lives. What is done? Analyze work, relationships, and environment. Identify conditions that generate stress or suffering. Propose possible changes, rhythms, boundaries, decisions. Objective. Not to return the person to the same context as when they became ill. 7. Consciousness. Becoming aware. What is done? Connect the physical with the emotional and lived experiences. Recognize recurring patterns. Understand the message of the symptom. Objective. To stop living on autopilot. 8. Spirit. Meaning of life. What is done? Ask oneself, does what I am experiencing have meaning for me? Practice presence, meditation, silence. Reconnect with personal values. Objective. To live with direction and coherence again. It doesn't just treat symptoms. It works on the person's way of life. Lighthouse learning. If your way of life doesn't change, your body will continue to find ways to communicate. FARO phrase. The symptoms don't resolve in the body. It transforms when the life that generates it changes. FARO learning. It's not enough to understand the symptoms if you don't transform the way of life that sustains it. FARO phrase. Healing isn't just about stopping the pain. It's about ceasing to live in a way that forces the body to scream. FARO proposes seeing the individual again. FARO learning. There is no symptoms without history. There is no history without context. There is no health without meaning. FARO phrase. The body doesn't make mistakes. It responds to a life that needs to be understood. Subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Comment. What country are you watching from? What is your profession? Share this video to raise collective awareness. Study with ESSI, FARO Integral Method. Learn science with awareness because in health, knowledge is not neutral. It is vital.